Hello and good morning. I decided I wanted to do an oracle card reading and give you guys an example of what the Mars retrograde reading would be. So that's where I'm going to go today. Thanks for joining me. The first card is something that you're angry about and need to acknowledge. The card I drew is Deep Replenishment, and it talks about rest and retreat and being held. In the case of this card, I would say look at your self-care routine. If it's something that you feel like you just don't have time for, or that other priorities take over, then I would say you need to make your self-care routine a priority and try to release some of the anger and resentment you have towards those you think are stopping you from doing so. The second card addresses how to use your anger in a more creative way and a more constructive way. That anger that you might be feeling about priorities overtaking your own personal care, turn that to a creative way of making yourself a priority. Allow yourself to be filled up with the love and light that you send out to others while you rest, recuperate, and help yourself feel better. The next card deals with the aspect of your life where you need to be more ambitious and where are you aiming too low. For this card, I drew the Warrior Woman. And in this case, I would say that even though you feel like you are handling things well, there's an area of your life you need to look at and try to find ways to handle it better. It almost feels like anger is overtaking your ability to think straight, and that is definitely a symptom of the Mars retrograde. The next card looks at what is worth fighting for. What's worth fighting for is what your life path is about. Whatever it is that lights you up, fight for it. Whatever it is that makes you feel more comfortable in your own skin, fight for it. This is the time when those of us who maybe haven't always fit in can find our power and be able to fight for the things that are important to us. The next card addresses what you need to be radical about. Whatever it is in your life that you feel the need to be radical about, you're already doing it. 2020 has been so weird, and everyone has felt the calling to lead and to step out of our comfort zones so that we can find justice in our own worlds. And so you've already felt the calling and you've already answered it. The next card addresses a sudden realization. Many of us are coming to the sudden realization that we are only bound by our own perceptions, that our pasts are not they are set in stone, but they don't have to affect us on a daily basis. So release the bad patterns that you've been clinging to, release the guilt connected to them, and find ways to move forward without them. The next card addresses a limiting belief you need to release. Do you believe that you are infinitely powerful? If not, that's the limiting belief you need to release. We are only as powerful as we believe we can be. So if you believe you can be more powerful than you've ever been before, you are. Take that knowledge and use it to your best advantage. Follow your journey and you will find your success. The next card looks at what you're trying too hard to control. For many of us, we try very hard to control our home space and our sense of security. And in this crazy 2020, you know that trying to control your sense of security and even just knowing what you're going to do tomorrow is too much. Let go of the need to be in control 24/7 and trust in the universe to bring you the things that you most need. The next card looks at what needs to be rebuilt. Right now, you're probably sensing that things are happening to you, and that sense puts you in a position of not being in your own power. That is what needs to be rebuilt, your sense of your own power and knowing that things happen for you, not to you. The last question looks at your new world order. Your new world order is going to include your tribe. This time of pandemic where we've all been isolated from the people we care about has left a lot of us feeling kind of untethered. Instead of feeling untethered and thinking about the things you can't do, remember the people that are still in your life and consider what you can do with them. Build your tribe, know that you can count on them, and then when you need support, ask for it. Don't just try and do everything on your own. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. This has been a sample of the Mars retrograde reading. And remember that this retrograde goes on for a long while yet. It's till the middle of November. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can reach me by email at sharimalin@gmail.com. And I am happy to answer any questions. If you're interested in a membership with me, I offer all sorts of great stuff, classes and books and readings and those kinds of things all the time on my Patreon. And you can find me there at www.patreon.com/shariamalin. I look forward to seeing you.